I do think it's interesting that we're all speaking in this fantastical world from a couple of reasons, a couple of directions. Number one, nobody wants to work. Man or woman, nobody wants to work. We live in capitalism. We have to work. We have to work. We don't live in a communist society. We do not live in a collectivist society. We live in a capitalist society. And specifically, as Black people, Black women have to work, period. And if you stay at home, that is work.
So pretty, you act like you just dropped the mic or something. What I say is this: a woman can actually be inspirational. She can breathe life into her man. Her support
Facts.
is
That I
actually
believe.
extremely valuable.
100%.
A truly feminine woman is actually very valuable to men, and this is from a man's perspective. If you have a wench who is breathing down your neck, pressuring you, or talking crazy, then yeah, that is going to do the opposite. It'll have the opposite effect on you. But if you have a supportive feminine woman in your life who knows how to play that Robin position, then damn straight it'll help you get that promotion.
Oh yeah, you just want to control them because they young. But we gotta understand though, we know they still young, but 23 years old is not, that's a grown woman though.
And also, too, you got to understand what a man's intentions is with you.
Mm-hmm.
My intention is to retire you.
Mm.
So at the end of the day, what you make is great, sure, but it's not great for me receiving the benefit. It's great in the fact that you're disciplined enough, just in case some shit happen to me, you can goddamn grab that steering wheel and we can keep rolling.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But in the essence of how a lot of women think that, okay, I got money, I got a degree, I got this, I got that. But as a man, if my intention is to retire you, what benefit is that to me?
Mm-hmm. Like I said, the man take care of everything. Your money mean.
And just put shit on the table. Most women don't want to goddamn work forever. Most women's intention, and you heard the women say, most women's intention, or most women's aspiration.
How many women here want to work every day?
There you go. So again, a woman's aspiration is for her to not have to work that hard. It's for her to not have to go to these business meetings, for her to not have to throw these events and things of that nature. So you got to ask yourself, if that's what a man's intention is, and that's what my aspirations are, how important is my success business-wise to this man?
I just think a power couple, I know that's so cliche, it's just you can accomplish more if both people have the same mindset versus this young girl, or I won't even say a young girl, just a woman who just don't really have nothing going. So if you have a Beyonce and a Jay-Z versus who can we think of?
Okay, but
like Beyonce and Jay-Z are going to be 20 times more powerful because Beyonce, she don't have to work.
What's that age gap?
How old is Jay-Z? He's like 57.
How old is Beyonce?
Beyonce about 40.
Beyonce's 43.
Talking about a 12-year, 10-year difference. Or
okay.
He gonna ask how old?
No, I'm just saying. So
they might have a 11-year age.
So what I'm saying, the couple you chose just happened to be
LeBron and never mind. Vanna don't do nothing.
The couple you chose just happened to be that 35-year-old man and that 21-year-old girl. The most power couple is ever.
Reason being, though, bro, is because
I'm just saying that's what she chose.
Okay, yeah, they were first in mind, but damn.
Bro,
can I pick somebody else?
Bro, I didn't talk to a lot of successful women in my life, and they all have the same aspiration. I don't want to have to do this.
I can agree.
They would. They want to do.
We will.
Phil mentioned something about women really don't want to work. They really don't want to be out here. What do you ladies think?
Yeah, I mean, no, most women don't want to work. I mean, I don't know any people who really want to work, to be honest. Everybody always talks about if they, win the lottery, what they would do. And the first thing everybody doing is quitting their job. So I do think it's an aspiration for most people to not want to work, specifically women.
I'm tired of putting 80, 90 hours a week, but that has no bearing on, I feel like I don't, I mean, if that's the case, if I really, really didn't want to work, I would just go on like sugardaddy.com or find a sugar daddy so I can be taken care of, because that's what a lot of women do. Create an OnlyFans and not worry about my image and, things like that. But, I do have my own goals and aspirations. So I think that sometimes people don't a lot of women don't want to have to work. They want that partner that's going to have their back and support their dreams and the things that they want to, the goals that they have for themselves.
Yeah, I agree. I sure don't want to work. So I'm a mom. I'd much rather stay home with my kids all day rather than to go be anywhere else. So.
Oh, yeah, not me.
Yeah.
Are your kids little?
No, they're like 8 now. So.
Oh, well, they're little. See, mine are grown, so I understand it. I get it.
No, even better though, because now you could if you didn't have the option where you had to work, you could go live your life. You can go do things.
My point, yes.
Right,
exactly.
100%. Indulge in your hobbies and whatnot.
When y'all saying y'all don't want to work, are you saying you don't want to work because you want somebody else to do the work and stay home? Or what do you mean? What are we saying when we saying, because he said his question was women don't want to work. And so my question is, why is it that women per se don't want to work? And BK said it. She said she thinks everybody really don't want to work, but the focus is women. And what are y'all saying? That I'm just assuming. Are we saying that we don't want to work because we want our men to work? Or we just don't want to work because we tired of working?
I personally think there's different dynamics. I think there are people that don't want to work because they want a man to take care of them, and they don't have a plan in life. They're not ambitious, and they're okay with getting their hair and nails and living that lavish life that you see online. And I think there's women who don't want to have to work so hard, right? Like trying to pay their bills, and would like to be able to do the things that they want to do, their passion. I don't know whether it's start a business or whatever that, whatever that entails. So that's what my thought is.
Right.
So I had something I wanted to add to that really quickly. So does anyone actually consider the paradox that we run into? Because we understand that it's real cool for women to live a soft life. Great. Understood, right? But the problem is most women want the responsibility of an adult. Well, as a child, actually. Women want the responsibility of a child, but the authority of an adult. So what happens is they want to be able to live the soft life, but at the same time, be able to make decisions the same way. It doesn't really work like that. So we have to ask ourselves, ladies, are you prepared for what comes with that type of lifestyle when you don't have to work? Are you prepared to actually rest in your femininity, or do you think that we're going to treat you like an adult when we're actually taking care of you like a child?
I think that's an interesting thing to chime in on, because I feel like a lot of women are already in a position where they're taking care of things and they're making the decisions in their household. So to say that someone's going to come take over that, they have to trust that that person is going to have all the best interest for them to rest in their feminine, to say, okay, well, he can make all the decisions and I'm going to sit back and relax.
Pretty good.
I think this is interesting. I do think it's interesting that we're all speaking in this fantastical world from a couple of reasons, a couple of directions. Number one, nobody wants to work. Man or woman, nobody wants to work. We live in capitalism. We have to work. We have to work. We don't live in a communist society. We do not live in a collectivist society. We live in a capitalist society. And specifically as Black people, Black women have to work, period. And if you stay at home, that is work. I don't know if y'all have ever seen teachers who educate young kids, even when they're in a daycare center where there's only 4 kids in the room. They be looking tired by the end of their 9 hours, okay? So if you're even a stay-at-home mother, you're working. You are working, absolutely working. So I don't really see any parts in this equation where anybody's living a soft life for real, right? Like, I think that most of us, the majority of us, are working, and a very small minority of men, period, can give their women soft lives from a financial perspective. And I'm going to say that because you can have a soft life that Black women have been providing for themselves for decades to where you go on trips, you take care of yourself, you do the things that make sure you enjoy your life, right? And we call that soft life, but this definition of soft life, which means financial provision, is not realistic. So I would love, honestly, truly, can we have this conversation with the acknowledgement that less than 10% of Black men can provide for a full household? Can we please have that conversation, and let's be that realistic with it? Because let's break it down by the numbers, right? The majority of households, Black or white, are equal earners, right? Meaning that they're both parties working. Then a smaller minority of that portion that is not the equal earners, the woman still works but makes significantly less. And then an even tiny minority, Black women are actually staying at home, completely not working. So let's just kind of keep that in mind when we have the conversation. It's not to take shots at anybody. It's truly just to be realistic.
But I was going to say, I think we also have there's different dynamics. So I totally agree with what you're saying, but there are the family dynamic where you have, your significant other and you're caring for the children or the home. But then we also have the dynamic of single women out there who want a provider, someone to pay all their bills without that, that love and knowing that they're supposed to give off a certain, so like what Trev was saying, so are you willing to operate in your feminine so this way he can fully provide for you, right? Because now you want to make certain decisions. You want a man to provide for you and do all this, give, but then you also want to make the decisions. It doesn't really work like that.
Can I ask you, is your femininity going to get him a promotion at work to make more money?
We're talking about two different dynamics.
Saying, like, is the femininity going to help him make more money?
Oh, I don't believe it will.
Oh.
So Pretty, you act like you just dropped the mic or something. What I say is this: a woman can actually be inspirational. She can breathe life into her man. Her support is actually extremely valuable.
100%.
A truly feminine woman is actually very valuable to men, and this is from a man's perspective. If you have a wench who is breathing down your neck, pressuring you, or talking crazy, then yeah, that is going to do the opposite. It'll have the opposite effect on you. But if you have a supportive feminine woman in your life who knows how to play that Robin position, then damn straight it'll help you get that promotion. There's women who could help you out with your reports. She could put your paperwork together. She can do so many different things. She could be your secretary. She could be whatever. That's if she wants to do that. But even just her inspiration, just her femininity, just her doing what it is to give you that energy and inspiration will make all the difference.
I agree.
Can I please respond to that? Because
go ahead. And then we're gonna have
once again, here we are with the contradiction. Because if a woman is speaking life into you, she's probably giving you feedback. She's probably giving you some different angles that maybe you're not thinking of. She's probably saying, hey, babe, have you thought about it this way? Hey, I actually can see that. I know you complained that you're kind of getting this pushback from your manager, but I actually saw this work in the past. Do you maybe want to go this route? Or, hey, you know what? I did prepare, which is crazy. I did prepare your resume for you. Yeah, I went ahead and did that. That would be somebody who's probably smart, someone who is savvy when it comes to understanding business acumen, somebody who has some kind of career success of their own, right? To be able to do any of those things that you mentioned. A lot of time, based on y'all's definition, this is not considered a feminine, soft, submissive woman. That's not her. So once again, the feminist, soft, submissive woman that's not speaking back to you when you came home for the 4th year in a row and didn't get a promotion, and she's gonna be like, okay, babe, I'll just put your feet up, I'll run your bath water. Okay, yeah, no, you'll get it next time. Versus the one that's saying, hey, I've seen you for 4 years now. Do the same exact thing. It's not working. Let's go ahead and maybe try something different. I know this is frustrating, but let's try it this way. I've seen this work in the past in another situation. Do you want my help? Right? Like those would not be the same women. So yeah,
But that's still support though. That's still
it is
support.
support. I'm saying he just said feminine. And I'm trying to say that would not be considered the feminine women according to their definition.